When it comes to player health and safety, the Walton Penner Family Ownership Group has shown that they will turn over every stone and every blade of grass to make sure that the players have the best quality surface possible. We're here at Empower Field a Mile High, just 12 hours after the Broncos beat the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday Night Football. And when you come to next week's game, when the team hosts the Kansas City Chiefs in a big-time AFC West matchup, the Broncos are going to have a brand new field surface in place. We caught up with Chris Hathaway, the director of turf and ground here at Empower Field at Mile High, because the Broncos' process of putting in a brand new playing surface for next week's game against the Chiefs is going to be the shortest turnaround time that they've ever had. 9 days to be exact to get the playing surface ready for a big-time AFC West matchup.
Yep, so we started earlier in the week of getting stuff prepped for it. As soon as the game ended, we took out our irrigation heads so that we're able to cut first thing this morning. We also needed to take out the goalposts so they weren't in our way. So that took a couple hours after the game, got out of here about midnight so that they were able to start cutting at 6 a.m. this morning. So 6 a.m. this morning, they came in, started cutting. We were about halfway, 3 hours after in that 9 o'clock time frame. But yeah, big planning early, that we were able to get an early start ahead of today and just get all that stuff done and kind of in a timely fashion. I think it starts with preparation at the sod farm. So we've reserved this sod earlier this year. We have a great sod farm in Green Valley Turf that grows all our sod. So it really starts out there, making sure the quality's right. This sod's grown on plastic, so it's definitely strong, ready to handle NFL football players right away. But yeah, it's very quick. We typically like a couple of weeks before the team comes back and play on a new field. But with the way the schedule kind of landed, the weather, just a couple of different factors, we decided to do it after this game ahead of the Kansas City game next week. So we got a little bit of a longer week with playing on Thursday Night Football, and I just think it's just timing that went into it. But definitely super tight, but we can easily pull it off, and I think the field will play really well for the Kansas City game next week. Weather's definitely important and a big factor in all of this. The earlier you do it, obviously you got a little more sunlight. The angle of the sun isn't as low, so you're definitely getting a little more sunlight. We have a soil heat system under the field, so we're able to warm that soil up to kind of trick the grass to thinking it's more fall than kind of as we head into winter. But definitely doing it a little earlier in the year is always better. But we have a plan to take care of this throughout the regular season and in the playoffs if we have to. So different kind of things. We're soil heat, growth tarps. We have soil, we have growth lights as well. So we're giving the grass that extra sunlight that it's losing in the natural sunlight that it typically gets in September. So we're able to replace that. We cut out 1.5 inches of the old field. That's exactly the same thickness as the new sod's going to come in. So we come in, cut it out. We're grading it right now, so we're trying to make it as smooth and level as possible. That really starts out with the cut. The cut is really smooth and it makes the grade a lot easier. But then yeah, after that we'll put our irrigation heads back in the ground. We'll put a little bit of pre-plant fertilizer, so once the roots do start growing into that root zone, it'll have some fertilizer there to expedite the growing process. But then yeah, once the fertilizer's down, then we'll start laying sod behind it. So if all goes well, we'll put out 115 rolls of sod by the end of tonight, with another couple of hundreds rolls of sod tomorrow. So hopefully by 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon, this field will be fully replaced, ready to go for Kansas City next week.
When you talk to players inside the locker room, the one thing that they talk about with this ownership group is their commitment to making sure that they have everything that they need, whether it's player recovery, a brand new playing surface. They are invested in helping this team win on and off the field, and that goes a long way when you talk about the ownership group's grade in the NFLPA annual survey. The players, they are highly invested in this ownership group as much as that ownership group is invested in them. And now you're seeing that here at Empower Field at Mile High, where they take care of the playing surface, and the hope is that that can continue as the Broncos look to make a postseason push and hopefully will host a playoff game on a brand new field surface.